everyone, it's Lottie from Cancer as a Lifestyle. Today I went to Walmart and I wanted to show you some of the yarn that I bought. So let's get to it. So I went to Walmart actually to pick up a few items, and I thought, you know what, since I'm there, why don't I go and pick up some yarn for my next project, my next personal project. And this one is for my nephew Justin. So I already had an idea in my head. I did a little diagram of how I was going to make his blanket, and I drew it and everything. So I wanted to see if I can get those colors. So I go to Walmart and I go in there, and actually they had the perfect colors that I needed for this blanket. Now this blanket is going to be just a simple double crochet. It is not going to be a fancy stitch work of any kind. This is not what this blanket is going to be about. This blanket is going to be about the colors and what they represent, because he is a young man. He is 14 years of age, and this is going to be personal to him only. So when you look at the blanket, you're going to know what this blanket is about. But that's all I'm going to say up to now. Actually I'm not going to even start this blanket for a while. But I wanted to, at least pick up the yarn since I'm there, so I don't have to do a double back and forth, while I'm there. Well, I was surprised, first of all, that I found the perfect colors that I wanted, but I did not purchase any, and I'm going to tell you why. Because Walmart raised their prices. Now, the one by me actually really did. Now, you were able to buy yarn, a skein over there for like, what was it, $2.80 or something like that, maybe even less depending. They went up to, like, I swear, like $3.44 a skein, and I was a little taken aback by that, because this is not what, they're not usually that high at all. That's why I like to go to Walmart when it comes to my ministry, because I can save a lot on the yarn. I can get more from my buck. So when somebody gives me a gift card for the ministry, I can actually buy a lot more yarn at Walmart than I can do anywhere else. So I was a little surprised. And their 1-pounder were always like $5.99 or something like that. They were also over $6. So I was really surprised that they raised their prices. This is the first time I've seen that. So I don't know if they're going to go back down, or if it's just something now that they're doing, or this is going to be their new price for all of their schemes. I'm not sure. But I decided to wait. And the next time I come in, like I said, I don't plan on working on any personal project here except my daughter's blanket. Continue on with that one, and maybe start my shawl. And that's about it. I have a lot of whips for my ministry, and I need to get those. In fact, if you look at my last video, you can probably see in the background like a whole bunch of boxes that are like half full. So I need to fill those up and send them out the door so I can actually move around in my bedroom. So that is going to be my project. I am going to be working on for the ministry for the next several projects, the items that I'm going to make. So I didn't get that, but I noticed that they had a sale going on, which they have had this skeins of yarn for $1.97. And I thought, well, you know what, I am just going to purchase these. Now I kind of regret that I didn't buy out everything that they had for $1.97. I only bought certain colors, and now I think the next time I go and it's still there, I am going to purchase everything that they had for $1.97. That is a great price. And I think yeah, because normally I don't even really purchase yarn for the ministry, because we go by donations. But I think that, such a great price, you can't beat that. And I've had some really lean years of the ministry where I had no yarn for the ladies, and I was like really scrambling around trying to get yarn. So I think when I see good price, I think I'm going to start buying them, even if it comes out of my own pocket. So anyway, let me show you the yarn that I did buy. And now I kind of regret that I didn't get all of the stuff, because there were some colors that were totally sold out, that like somebody just came and they bought everything in there. But let me show you. I ended up buying all of this from, this is Main Stains Royal Blue. Very pretty. there were only 3 left of these. So I ended up getting all of them because this was a real pretty royal blue. It would be nice for baby blankets. And that's all they had was 3 skeins left. So I got the royal blue main stain. And then the next one I got was, I bought all of the main stains teal. You see that? And now these, they only had 4 left, and I took all of those for $1.97. You just can't buy the, beat that price. It's just awesome. And I'd rather have stock and have it ready for those times that I don't have any yarn. I mean, yarn is, if they're going to be keeping the yarn there for $3.44 a skein, just think about it. It's like I'm always buying a skein and a half for the price. So another thing I bought, and I kind of regret this, that I didn't get all of them. I got the main stains. Which one is this? The blanket slate. Is that what it is? What's the color on here? I just saw how some of them don't have a color right there. I think it's the blanket slate. That's the color of it. It's very pretty. I do like this. They had quite a bit of this, and I wish I bought all of it, but I only picked up 2. And now I regret it because, first of all, not only is the price $1.97 a skein, but the fact that when Mary comes back, starts up again in August, she just loves these different stripes of color waves. She loves all the different color waves that have like different stripes and different colors. Now this one is another main stain, and this is the color of Purple Passion. Now I only got 2 of these, and I think I got 2 of these because I actually have quite a bit of these already, but I think, like I said, $1.97, you cannot go wrong. And they have been having these for $1.97 for quite a while. And so they might just be ending the sale soon. So you can't beat the price. Mary will enjoy the different color schemes on there. But I actually bought this purple, and I'm going to tell you this one. I bought this purple. What is the color again? The Purple Passion. This one is not going to be for the ministry. I bought this one for my daughter's blanket because I want to be working on it today. Actually today I'm going to be, in the evening I'm going to sit down and watch some Netflix Border Town, this Finnish movie that I'm watching that is in subtitles, which is kind of crazy because you got to look at the subtitles. You can't look away. So it's a good thing that I can crochet without looking at my fingers. I know that's crazy, but I'm going to use these. I bought these for my daughters to finish off her blanket. Now, and I also got the purple. This was another main stain purple for $1.97. Can you see the purple in it? It's kind of hard to see. It looks more navy blue. But, and I got 2 of these also to finish off her blanket. Now, let me talk about that blanket of hers. That blanket of hers is just a basic double crochet. It is a thin weight. It's not, I'm not doing anything fancy with it for a reason, because she wants it to be really a bedspread, to cover from the head of the bed all the way down to the foot. So it is going to be more like a bedspread. So she has to be able to wash this and be able to fit into a washing machine. So, and she has a queen size bed as it is. So you can't, I didn't want to be making any designs on it, like a stitch work. Like for her brother, I ended up doing the popcorn stitch for the whole queen size blanket. And you know what? It was so heavy. Like, where can you wash this? Who's going to, what are they going to use this for? I don't know. My gosh. In Alaska, I think they can use it because they'll be freezing. So, came out really good. It was all popcorn stitch and all. But it was very heavy and very thick, and it's probably very hot. So, I don't know. Maybe for decoration, though, I haven't seen them even put it out yet. Where are they going to put it? Heavens to Betsy. Came out beautiful and all, but is it really usable? That's something that we got to think about when we make these things, is it usable? I used to have a lady by the name of Marianella, and she was older lady who would crochet in the ministry, and she used to do these beautiful, beautiful things. She has been ill for a long time and not able to, crochet on a regular basis. She would love to go back to crocheting, but she's just not feeling well, and her health hasn't been what it's been. But she used to make these beautiful things like vests and like a lot of these, like diapers. She used to crochet like baby outfits with the diaper and all, like you see. But I mean, but in a way, I would like sometimes think like, well, okay, I had a hard time like donating a lot of this stuff because, like, you know, what can I do with this, But she used to be able to crochet a lot of items like that, and yeah. So sometimes when we make something and it looks beautiful and all, but like for the ministry wise, like what can we really do with it, Like she made this beautiful, heavy. It was gorgeous, gorgeous vest out of scrap yarn, and it was a multitude of color, and it was so thick, and like you could wear this in the wintertime without any sleeves and be really warm. I mean, it was just so heavy. So I ended up donating it to the homeless shelter because I thought maybe there'd be somebody there that would, that could keep them warm in the wintertime. But you know what I mean? A lot of things that we make, they're beautiful. They're it looks awesome, and it shows our creativity. It shows our work and our ability. But is it something that we can use on a daily basis? It's almost like making wool items, and not everybody knows how to care for wool, So I kind of regret the blanket I made for my son, even though it came out really beautiful. It was all that. I mean, it did come out really beautiful. But is it something that they can really use on a daily basis? No, not really. Maybe more as a bedspread, maybe as a, over the couch, and, I don't know. So my daughter's blanket is more of a double crochet, light, because it is going to be a bedspread, and it is just kaleidoscope purples. And it's just, yeah, so I really need to get, that's why it's taking me so long, because it's a large blanket. So another color that I ended up buying for the main stain, because I'm not done, I'm rambling, is the white. And I chose the, oops, excuse me, I almost knocked the camera down. And the basic white for the main stain. And I got 2 of these. Now they had also black, and they had a whole bunch of white. So all the colors that I showed you here, they had all of those. They didn't have anything else other than that. But I do wish that I ended up buying more. I mean, just wiping out whatever they had for the $1.97, because you just cannot beat that price. I will be using this white for the blanket for my niece. I mean, not my niece, my nephew. Excuse me. So, yeah. So I am actually going to be donating a lot of these schemes to my ministry. And it's going to be going into that bin, although I am going to be using some of them, the white, for instance, and the purple is going to go to my daughter's blanket, and the white is going to go to my nephew's blanket. So, on that score, that's all I have for yarn. Now, on to the next thing. As I am decluttering, as I have been talking about decluttering, I've also told you guys that I have inherited quite a bit of the crocheting supplies, the knitting supplies, all kinds of craft stuff that I have. And you know what? And I actually regret a lot of the stuff, because many years ago when I first got it, I also got like this huge jar of different, it was a huge jar. It was like this big, of different buttons, and I ended up sending it to Poland to my aunt, who is a seamstress. I kind of wish I kept that and did not send that, because now I can think of so many things I could have been doing with these buttons, even for decorations, or even for my twiddle muffs that I'm working on. But you know what? You live and you learn, for one thing, and second of all, she was a seamstress, so she was able to benefit from it and use it. So, excuse me for a minute, I need to bend down on the book. So as I'm decluttering, I found a crocheting book from the year 2001. That was the copyright. So you know that that is from my brother's grandma-in-law, Geraldine. She is the one that gave me all her stuff that she won. And actually, I've been looking through them and kind of going through this book and doing some of the patterns that are in here, the stitches. Now this one basically is teaching you 4 things. This is a really good book, I've noticed, for someone who is learning to crochet or knit or tatting. I never even realized what that was. That is this right here. That's something I learned just by looking at this book. That tatting. I did not know that. And what is the and embroidery? Can you see that? This is from 2001. Now it is very easy to follow. It is really good for someone who is learning to do all these. So they have it broken down to the 4 different chapters: how to knit, how to crochet, how to tat, and how to embroider. And it is just the basic steps. And actually, you know, I am not one for reading patterns. I am not one. I like to look at something and I like try to figure out and replicate what I see. I am more of a visual person when it comes to crocheting than I am about following instruction and all of that. But it is a really good book. It shows you how to cast on, how to do purl stitches. I mean, it's just like the basic things that you do for like the knitting and the crocheting and the tatting. And it also for every type. And let me show you, because I don't want to show you all of this stuff. It shows you how to cast off. Like for the knitting, for instance, it gives you a pattern for children's mittens or the pullovers. And this kind of reminds me of the Mr. Rogers basic sweaters. Can you see that? I know the glare is on there. But I love these sweaters. I think that's awesome. That's like the basic sweater that you would get for your child, you know, and for grown-ups. And actually, I was thinking about, Wanda from Rolling Through Life and how she was looking for cardigans for children, for her grandson, that she cannot find any. And I thought, well, you know what? I think they are, you know, how old is this little girl? Maybe she's 7. But they also had other cardigans like this. Can you see those? You know, I really enjoyed this book. I ended up looking through it and seeing, you know, learning how to, you know, like for crocheting, it had how to make a shell stitch, how to do a cluster stitch, how to do a puff, how to do a, you know, I mean, it was just very interesting, very easy. Like I've never tried like this fillet crochet, which actually looks kind of thinking, what can I make with that? Because, you know, I have to be careful because when I donate to hospitals and all, especially for babies, you cannot make anything that has any kind of gaps. The crocheting, the stitches have to be kind of tight together, so I have to be careful with that. But I really, really enjoy that. It also had, for instance, how to make slippers. Very cute. Look at that, crocheting tablecloths. Very pretty. How to do edges. They even had, here's the tatting for like handkerchiefs, and very nice. I mean, I learned something new. I learned about tatting. Here's another table mat, placemat that was tatted. Very pretty. I actually found a YouTube channel that was about tatting, which, you know, it was only one that I found. I'm sure there's tons of them out there. And they also had some embroidery patterns here. So it's a cute little book. I really, really like it. See? Very, very interesting. I ended up, it shows you the basics and everything. I like this little pillow. Look at this little pillow. So I really like the fact that it shows you the basics. This book is, I think, really good for someone who is beginning. And of course, on the page you have all 4. So you have your knitting, your tatting, your embroidery right here, and your crocheting. So really interesting little book. I wanted to see when actually it was published. It was published in 2001. When you think, you know, I think, oh, 2001, that's not so long ago. But then I started to do the math, And I was like, wait a minute, that's like 18 years ago. That's a big difference. So as I declutter and all, I think I have a lot more of these books from her, and I almost don't want to let it go. I want to keep these. So that's all I got for all of you today, and just a short video. And thank you so much for watching. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. Comment below. I'd really like to know, are your Walmarts also raising the price, or is it just something that mine is doing? Because I did think that maybe it was something that is just for the sale. Because you know how they lower one price of something and then they raise another to kind of offset that the amount that that they might be losing. So I hope this is not a permanent thing. I really would like to know if your Walmarts also are raising their prices on that, because that kind of did go up. That kind of go, I used to shop at Walmart for the reason that it was, like I said, when I would get a gift card for the ministry, it was just so much, I would just get so much more yarn that for that price, that I didn't like to go to Joann's or Hobby Lobby or to Michael's. I would only go there for the specific colors, or if I needed a specific yarn and all, but because they do have a huge selection, a lot better than Walmart. But so I am a little disappointed in that, because then it kind of brings the, what's the difference? It's the same price as if I went to Joann's or anywhere else. So anyway, thank you so much for watching. Hit the thumbs up if you liked and enjoy the video, and I will see you guys later. Have a wonderful day.